Blackpink. Jennie. While all members of Blackpink hold many valuable positions in the fashion industry, netizens believe that Jennie is still the most talked about name when it comes to the question of who should be the fashion icon of Blackpink. Why so? Well, there are a lot of reasons, and the most crucial ones, according to many people, come down to how she's been the most active member in the fashion field, and also the one who never failed to slay any type of outfits. Among all the girls, Jennie's the member most vocal about how she's really excited to get further into the fashion industry. And if you look at the timeline of her activities in this field, you'll see how she's the one to have made the most magazine covers, and also the only one to debut as a fashion editor for the most influential fashion journal in the country, Vogue Korea. In fact, there were no famous magazine covers in South Korea that she has never appeared on. And in just 2020, she had a total of 8 covers, with 2 in Elle, 2 in Vogue, 1 in W Magazine, 1 in Marie Claire, 1 in Harper Bazaar, and another in High Cut. Of course, the influences of Jisoo, Lisa, and Rosé in the fashion industry were also impressive because, at the end of the day, they were all global ambassadors of luxury fashion houses, and had multiple times made the covers of famous magazines. But taking into consideration how, in 2020, Jisoo and Lisa made in total 6 covers, and Rosé just 5, it's still hard to deny the massive impact of Jennie. Not only that, Jennie has also been mentioned multiple times by outlets as the trendsetter, fashion inspiration, idol whose fashion sense is out of this world, and even the jewel of high fashion. According to netizens, another big reason that makes Jennie the name always popping up first when it comes to high fashion is that she's the very first member to be chosen as the house ambassador of a luxury fashion line. And for Chanel's fashion show in 2019, she was also the only invitee to be sent the whole outfit that wasn't even on sale, and only introduced that day. Jennie's influence in the fashion field was so strong that she started out a thing called Jennie's Effect, which basically meant everything she touches would be sold out in the blink of an eye. For example, when she collaborated with Gentle Monster and introduced the Gentle Home collection, the website even crashed in less than a minute after the products went on sale. In fact, the impressive fashion sense of Jennie was not only acknowledged by the public and directors of many designer clothing lines, but also by insiders like stylist Choi Kyung-won, aka the person who used to be by Blackpink's side since their debut. According to her, while all 4 members knew how to add a kiss of personal color on top of the mutual mixture between improvisational and luxurious styling, Jennie's still the member that she appreciated most when it came to the question of who deserved the fashion icon title of Blackpink. Twice. Mina. To promote the latest comeback with The Feels, JYP Entertainment has gone big this time, and prepared for each member an individual photo shoot with all famous fashion magazines in South Korea. Apparently, all the girls looked great in these shoots, because Twice is the group in which anyone could take on the visual role. But according to netizens, there were just a few who managed to show off their finest, and Mina seemed to be the best among them. Because having a professional photo shoot for magazines requires more than just a pretty face, some people believed most members lacked a bit here and there, while Mina effortlessly checked all the boxes. For example, while Chewie is the visual of the group, and Nayeon often had all eyes hooked on her for her bright appearance, the irrelevant makeup and bulky clothing this time was said to unfortunately downgrade their look a lot. Besides, Momo's poses were said to be too stiff. Chihyo looked more like an athlete rather than a model, and Seungyeon, Dahyun, Sana, and Chaeyoung were said to play it too safe. However, when it came to Mina's issuance, everyone was immediately taken aback by how she looked as charming as a black swan, and just effortlessly exuded an on-Eric vibe with porcelain skin and natural black hair. Of all the members, Mina was the only one to make headlines for looking too good. And on the coup, a whole darn long post dedicated to her mesmerizing visual also made its way to the top trending, and received tons of flattering words from netizens. Not only that, netizens also said Mina seems to have the highest chance out of the 9 members to become a high-end brand's advertising face, and even a viable opponent to Blackpink. With her signature frigid haughty eyes and flawless visuals for beauty magazines, people also believed she would soon become a thriving star if JYP pushed her more in the fashion section. Even before these magazine photos were published, many opinions had already been voiced about how Mina had the best fashion sense in the group. And even when she just wore something casual, they would be turned into super chic and fashionable items in the blink of an eye. Interestingly, not only K-nets, but also international netizens also shared the same view, because on forums like Quora and One Hallyu, Mina was also picked out to be the most fashionable member in Twice. EXO Kai. While EXO is full of powerful names with massive influences in the fashion industry, When it comes to the question of who's the most fashionable member out of all members, Kai seems to always be the very first name that pops into people's minds. Recently, on June 13th, he was the very first idol to be named in the article, K-pop's most fashionable men. And as a king of fashion that he is, after being referred to as the human Gucci for quite some time, he has officially been promoted to the global brand ambassador title of this luxury fashion house. Apparently, all members of EXO are powerful and influential. But according to netizens, considering how only Kai managed to be a global ambassador, they believed Kai still deserved to be the fashion icon of the group. Not only that, he's also the only member in EXO to have a collaboration with a big fashion brand of the world class, like Gucci. And though this was his very first time trying out such a big thing, the whole collection was sold out in a flash on the same launch day. As reported by the South Korean outlet Money Today in April this year, the total sales of the Gucci x Kai collection amounted to 1.77 million won. Compared to other members, Kai was also the member with the most magazine covers. And his influence was not only limited to South Korean journals, but also expanded into other countries. In May 2020, he even made headlines for covering the covers of Elle in 4 nations: South Korea, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. And all these achievements were done in just 1 month. NCT 127. Jaehyun. Taking on the visual position of NCT 127, Jaehyun easily captures the attention of people in the fashion industry with his lethal handsomeness. And while all the members have all it takes to debut in this field, people believe Jaehyun's still the one with the highest chances of making it big outside the music realm. Of course, Jaehyun's yet to be the global or house ambassador of any design clothing brand. But considering the fact that he's recently become the very first artist in the world to host a Prada's runway show live on social media, it's quite easy to see how the fashion house is considering promoting Jaehyun to another level. Even the representatives of Prada also remarked later on that since Jaehyun had a luxurious image that fits very well with the spirit of Prada, they had decided to carry out the live stream together and made a big milestone in the fashion industry through this event. Of all members in NCT 127, Jaehyun's also the most active one in the fashion industry. And without needing to look at sophisticated figures, you can already see it through his Instagram photos, where multiple times he had shown the close relationship to famous brands like Tom Ford, Burberry, and of course, Prada. In retrospect, he was also the first member of the group to have a solo magazine pictorial, make the cover for famous fashion journals, and until this point, he's also the one with the most magazine photo shoots. In 2019, he started to make some steps further into the fashion realms with a photoshoot for Grazia Korea. And quickly in that same year, Jaehyun's reputation rocketed with 2 more magazine covers. One for Thailand's L'Officiel Homme and one for South Korea's High Cut. In 2020, he also drew more attention from fashion designers with 2 solo photoshoots for famous magazines Vogue Korea and Elle Korea. ESPO, Ningning. Talking about ESPO, most people would immediately think about Karina for her surreal visuals, perfect figure, and impressive dancing capabilities. However, Ningning was the one most voted to be the member with the greatest potential to make it big in the fashion industry. Because ESPO is still a rookie that hasn't even been active for 1 year, it makes sense that Ningning's yet to have many activities in the fashion industry. But considering how she's been dressing on a daily basis, and how effortlessly she slayed all the photoshoots for Givenchy, netizens believe that no other member than Ningning fit best with the title Fashion Icon of ESPO. Just 1 month after debut, Ningning was already named the most stylish member, and after ESPO was announced to be the first ever brand ambassador of Givenchy, people were immediately hooked by the natural model vibe held by Ningning. Under the behind-the-scenes video of ESPO's photoshoot for Givenchy, there were many comments saying how they were taken aback by the modeling capabilities of Ningning. And a netizen even wrote a whole paragraph praising how professional Ningning was. While other members' visuals were also out of this world, some said they couldn't get their eyes off Ningning, since she got so creative with the posing, and was not even afraid to look odd in any of her shots, which altogether made her the perfect match for a brand ambassador position and an excellent CF model. So, do you think these idols live up to the title fashion icon of their groups? Or should it be another member? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting content. Thank you for watching.